So welcome on in, guys. Three bold takes. As you can see, we have decided to do a little bit of a rebrand here. We've got some new graphics, some new logos. We're going college football only now. That's a decision that we decided to make that would be best for the channel. So thank you guys for supporting that, and looking forward to giving you college football content moving forward. Today we have a special guest for our reactions here, Jackson Carter, aka Squish. Is one of our longtime listener buds, if you will, from back at our Three Bold Takes days, or actually, excuse me, Talking Heads days. Wow, confusing my own self here. So Squish, glad to have you on. Thanks for jumping on here.
Y'all welcome.
Notre Dame has found themselves a quarterback, ladies and gentlemen. So that's kind of the headline here, but I'll let Quinn take it from here and let him give his reasons why he wanted to talk about this game or team.
Yeah, so I'm going to talk about this game not because Notre Dame blew out Central Michigan per se, but more so we've seen Notre Dame now 3 weeks ago to FBS Group of Five schools and North Carolina State on the road. Offensively, they have been flawless across the board all 3 weeks, 40-plus points, which is something I have not seen out of Notre Dame like at all in my time watching college football. Not constantly flawless. And a lot of it is because of Sam. He was fantastic at Wake Forest. He made me a Wake Forest believer back when we used to do the Talking Heads podcast. I'd come on every week. Just how McLovin was annoying about Kansas. Before that was a thing, it was me and Wake Forest. Sam Hartman at Notre Dame has got me believing that this team could be a playoff team and could be a national championship team. That's my overreaction after 3 weeks of watching Notre Dame play football. Now, I know they got a test, and it'll be Ohio State this week. That game is in South Bend. And after that, what do they have? They have Clemson, who hasn't looked very good this year, and I think they should handle Clemson. And then they got that big game with USC. Those are the two big games left on their schedule. And then Miami, I think they might play Miami. Those are the games on their schedule that they've got. They don't play Miami? Okay.
No, so they play Duke.
Clemson and USC. It's Clemson and USC. That's their test. They'll hang points on Duke. I think Sam Hartman's legit and actually has me excited to watch Notre Dame football for the first time ever.
Wow. That is a great point. It is exciting for Notre Dame football for first time in a while. I mean, they've scored four straight games of 40-plus points, including a 56 piece. So, Squish, let's hear from you.
Okay, so Sam Hartman, let's just say this. He is the guy. That's the one thing Notre Dame needed was a quarterback. And they went to the transfer portal and picked the best possible choice they could have done. Sam Hartman was a 3 or 4 year starter at Wake Forest. Has a Netflix documentary about him, or was a part of one. So this guy is legit. He showed out versus, I know they're not great opponents, but went to a NC State, the Wolfpack, and just had an offensive showing. Now, there's one thing that gets me. This weekend, they play the Buckeyes. Now, how is he going to do against that defense? Because I know that it's Ohio State. Their defense is legit, or going to be legit. But can he put the offensive power that is the Notre Dame offense? Because last time I checked, when has Notre Dame had a quarterback? Because they didn't have it in the years past. Like, the 70s that they've actually had a decent quarterback? Like, I could not tell you the last time Notre Dame
I'd say the last decent one. Oh, sorry. The last decent one probably would have been
Brady Quinn,
like 07. Because they had a quarterback go in the first round. Yeah, Brady Quinn.
But that's the whole point. Is I never thought, like, in the years past, they've always Notre Dame themselves get to the playoffs and it don't have the quarterback to finish it. Now they've got a quarterback, and he is going to finish the story for Notre Dame. I'm not saying they're winning the national championship, but when end of the year rolls around, when you're looking who's going to be that 4th seed or 3rd seed, don't be surprised if we're talking about Notre Dame going to the playoffs.
Wow.
Look, I'm gonna go ahead and interject here, Fred. Man, I don't know. I feel like I'm at a 6th grader's birthday party looking at this schedule. It feels cupcake, man. If you put Ohio State at the end of this schedule, it's a lot different here for me. But we'll talk about that game later, so I'm going to leave that game off. But Sam Hartman, I'm agree with Quinn. He looks great. One of the better Notre Dame quarterbacks in the last couple decades. I love Sam Hartman. He was a Heisman contender. He will probably be sitting in New York at the end of the year. But I'm going to go ahead and halt all that they're going to win a national championship. They're probably going to be in the college football playoff because, again, man, a lot of icing on these cupcakes. These look like easy wins for them. And if they're not in the college football playoff, that's a problem. But again, I'm just going to focus on the Sam Hartman parts. Sam Hartman is probably a top 3 to 5 quarterback in college football. And at Notre Dame's, in their offense on that team, it is perfect. Because Sam Hartman was doing everything for Wake Forest by himself, willing them to, what was it, like 9 wins, 10 wins when he was healthy, and now being a part of a historic program, first of all, and a really well set up team and plays a decent schedule. I think Sam Hartman and Notre Dame are a perfect match. And so that's all I've really got to say about it. I think Sam Hartman is going to be sitting close and should be in New York at the end of the year, and this Notre Dame team is going to be hovering around that college football spot.
Yeah, Chase, I'm actually going to give Notre Dame the benefit of the doubt here on their schedule. Listen, because they're not in a conference, they choose who they play, right? Basically. Now, they do have a contract where they have to play so many ACC games a year.
Right.
But they went out and scheduled it. And I know that this is a home and home that dates back to last year, but they went out and got Ohio State, and then obviously they play USC. They also have Clemson on the schedule. Now, it's not their fault that Clemson sucks. It's just because they suck. Do you think that this, schedule is belongs at a birthday party? Plus, it's at Clemson. So
Right.
This is one of the years where I did this last year, would give Notre Dame the benefit of the doubt here schedule-wise. Normally, you're right. Normally, I hate them because they don't play the conference. They don't play conference games, a championship, everything. But when you create a schedule, and even Louisville is sneaky good this year. Personally, this schedule is harder than just about every other ACC team, period. If you look at the Wake Forests of the world, the Louisvilles of the world, like even Clemson, like this schedule is harder to me. Now, granted, they get, Ohio State and USC at home this year, which is something they didn't have last year. So maybe it's kind of all coming together. And I do want to bring up one more thing. They also don't have Brian Kelly at head coach, which to me is a good thing at Notre Dame. You look at Brian Kelly as a head coach, he has lost every single meaningful postseason game he has played in, period. And I think that if Sam Hartman was there when Brian Kelly was there, they'd be destined for doom and gloom again. But because it's Marcus Freeman and a new Notre Dame, a new fresh blood that comes in there, I think they do have a chance to make the playoff. I think if they lose one game in this schedule, they're going to make the playoffs because there's a lot of continuity this year in college football. Georgia looked like they are not as good as they were the past 2 years. They look more like 2017, 2018 Georgia, which was still good, but not undefeated good. Michigan looks like the best team in the country. We'll put it that way. Bama's down. Clemson sucks. FSU looks vulnerable. LSU got blown out by Florida State, who almost got beat by Boston College. And then you have USC, who looks like one of the 2 best teams in the country. So there's a lot of continuity in college football right now where I think Notre Dame could actually compete and make the national championship game. Will they win? Probably not. Will they make it? Probably not. But I think they could, all because of Sam Hartman, and that's the one thing that Notre Dame has been lacking. So, Quinn, I love this topic, and I agree with you about this. They've always been good, but their offense has never been this good in my lifetime. that has been our reactions from the week 3 of college football. Squish, I want to thank you for coming on. You've been the second guest, guys. We're doing this week after week. We're having a new guest every week to talk reactions, to kind of get some fan engagement. So, Squish, I appreciate you joining in. Quinn and Chase.
Y'all welcome.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate your love and support as well. Chase and Quinn, as always, it's been Freddie, 3 Bold Takes. We are out.